Hey you guys, this video is going to be about not rescuing men from having to pursue us. As I've been thinking about the drama triangle that I made the video on, and what I really want and how I really feel in my body and which situations make me feel receptive, I noticed that I was compensating and helping men out and trying to make it easy for them because I felt sorry for them. A lot of that came from listening to Manosphere videos where, I'm sorry, we have a lot of victims and we have a lot of persecutors in the manosphere. They're angry at women and they're saying, poor me, and they have built up all these protective barriers and rigid rules to cast out all women that could possibly hurt them and to put women down, frankly. They put down single moms, they put down women over 25, they put down women who are sexually active, but they want them sexually active, and they say women's standards are too high. And all of this is bullshit. We're supposed to have high standards. So I've just been feeling in like, what situations make me feel safe and receptive around men? And there are many situations. For example, when I went to the collision center yesterday was a great example. These men care about their jobs. They care about the customer. And that care combined with their ability to help me with something I need, I just felt safe. I felt safe, put it that way. They didn't want anything from me. They were being of service, and they were capable men trying to be of service without wanting anything from me. Okay? Capable men being of service, not wanting anything from me. I had the same feeling when I was a few months ago at the art museum. And there were guards everywhere. To make sure people don't touch the paintings. And I also felt very receptive around them. They also felt safe. They were protecting me. They were helping me without wanting anything. And so, ladies, my invitation for you is to notice how you feel around men. Do you feel safe? Do you feel guarded? Do you feel in danger? Do you feel threatened? Do you feel diminished or used? Start noticing how you feel, and therefore, all of the stuff around, women should pursue men, that's bullshit. That's for men who are victims or persecutors. If a man is a victim and has lost touch with his masculinity, okay, I was raised when men were still masculine because they had masculine spaces. They had fathers who taught them how to fish, how to hunt, how to fix cars, do home improvement projects, go camping, set up a tent, make dinner. There was Boy Scouts, and men had places they could go. They had unions. There used to be the Elks Lodge. All that's gone. Men have lost their spaces, so they've become weak, and they've become victims, and you find them in the manosphere. And so women, and then in addition, the rise of violence in porn, which portrays women, in which women are abused, and it seems they like it, has made many men think that women should be easy, that women want sex all the time, and some women actually act like that because they believe that messaging, or maybe they were sexually abused as children. I think something like 30% of women were sexually abused as children. And so they become easy. They're not in touch with their emotions because as a child, they already had to dissociate. In my opinion, and I want to live a life that's really embodied. And what do I feel? A powerful life. In my woman's body, I want a man to approach me. I want him to be capable. I want him to be competent. I want him to be successful. I want him to be kind. I want him to be a father. I want him to be fit and masculine. And I want him to have empathy and compassion for me and be interested in me and be interesting to talk to. Else, I'm not interested. This is why I'm still single after almost 10 years being divorced. I haven't met that man who showed up who was that way. And I may never, which is fine. I'm told that I ask for too much. These women just want too much. It's not true. Men have just lost their way. I do think there are many women who are very angry and yelling and antagonistic or self-righteous, including, I'm sorry to say, Candace Owens. I don't like her self-righteous, angry kind of voice and attitude, but you guys have to check out her husband, George Farmer. Oh my God, he is a heartthrob. He is so attractive. Oh my God. He dresses well. He's intelligent. He's cultured. He's ambitious. And he's in love with her. He's a father and a husband. I mean, this guy is just a heartthrob. The only downside to him is he's a staunch Catholic. And maybe that's why she's so rigid. I don't know. But he's much softer. He's much softer. He's been doing the interview rounds lately. So if you get a chance to listen to him, he seems so sweet. I would love a guy like him to come into my life and pursue me. I'd be like, oh my God. The Manosphere tells us this is asking too much, that there are not enough men like him. Fine. That's why many women are being single. We don't want a man that is a victim. And a lot of men are going around being victims. This is what I mean. I have it so hard. These women just demand so much. If women would just lower their standards, they would pick me. I can't get any sex. Poor me. That does not make you attractive. Or women should pursue me. Why should I do the pursuing? Women should pursue me. I have it so hard. Now you're a victim. Why? Because the man, I'm going to give you guys a simple lesson in how this works. Women are more vulnerable. We need to know that you're safe. So when you approach and how you approach gives me a lot of signals about your interest in me, whether I feel safe with you, whether I can trust you. And a feminine woman who is emotionally healthy is going to take her time getting to know you before she has sex with you. Unless you guys have like this one in a lifetime instant attraction. I'm not going to discount that, but in general, for me, I want to see your interest over time that is consistent, that I feel safe with you, that you have my best interests at heart. I want to have been to your house. I want to see how you live and that you're inviting me into your life. This is how I always dated when I was younger. The world has really changed, and the world has told women that we're asking for too much, that we need to be quick like men, and a lot of that comes from porn, which portrays women as enjoying domestic violence. I'm going to throw it out there. The commercial porn portrays women as enjoying domestic violence during sex, and that sexually they're like men. And this is very, very harmful. I'm not just talking about the actresses. I'm talking about the messages that men are getting from commercial porn and that women are getting by being around those men or watching that. Ladies, we have to just know where the society is influencing us negatively. When we're told by the Manosphere in such certain terms from their guarded place that the men are such victims and that women are just too demanding, that's a lie. That's a lie. Furthermore, society doesn't get to decide what's beautiful. When I look at all these women who are married, most of them are a little bit chubby. They're not wearing any makeup. They have stretch marks. Beauty is our receptivity. Our receptivity, our open heart, our kindness, and our softness. That's what we bring to the table. And we can't bring that to the table when we go through the world acting like men. competing, approaching men, being aggressive. I want to be aggressive at the gym, but I don't want to be aggressive with men. We got to tune into what feels right in our bodies, and there's no one telling us to do that. We're told that we just want too much, we expect too much, we're too much. Men have lost their place. Men need to find their place back, and we need to find our place back, I really think. When I was younger, I had a lot of standards for the men I dated. They had to be good looking to me and fit. They had to be educated or have their own place, have something going on. They had to want to be fathers. And I had lowered my standards out of pity for men. Like I was a rescuer. Oh, these poor men, let me rescue them. Let me make it easy for them. Let me not make it so hard for them. It's supposed to be hard for them. They're supposed to have to jump some hurdles to have us, to prove that they're safe and that they're interested. Because if you can't jump a few hurdles to show me that you're safe and that you're interested and that you're consistent over time, why would I trust you with a child or to live with you? A man can hurt us in a second and it's done. You hear about domestic violence all the time. There's a reason that women want to know that you're safe. We want to feel that you're safe, that you have empathy and compassion for us. It's up to you to pursue us. Men have more physical strength. They have more testosterone, so they want to fuck anything that walks. They have more courage. They're the adventurers, the hunters, the fishers, the builders of buildings and bridges and airplanes. They love to compete and they love to work. They don't usually want to be home with the kids. And that same energy in men has been like killed off by the school system and by the society, but that's not my fault. That's why men are having a hard time. Men have to find their power back. Men have to start going back out in nature, doing the Boy Scouts, being in men's groups where you share vulnerably your feelings, getting support from other men. All this victim stuff, it's not attractive. It's not attractive to a woman who wants to be receptive. So I got this out of working with my therapist and the drama triangle, and I saw that I was rescuing men. And some of that comes from my childhood where, we had to give my dad a hug because he was needy for attention. And I saw my little brother have a hard childhood. And so I had a lot of pity for men. But pity is not helpful for dating and it's not empowering. And I want to let that go. And so when I came across the Manosphere videos, they just corroborated what I already believed, that men are these powerless, helpless victims. And I have to emotionally rescue them. I'm not going to emotionally rescue you. You want to be with me? Show me. Approach me in a way where I feel safe. Approach me in a way that I feel safe and be a person that I'm interested in. Be educated. Be intelligent. Be interesting to listen to. Be an easygoing, kind person. Love children. I'm so tired of these guys like, I would never date a single mom. Your heart is way too closed. If you don't like children. Raising children is an honor. Doesn't matter whose child it is. So have an open heart, have a generous spirit, have your own money. I want to feel safe around you. I want to feel like I can trust you. Have your sexual energy in place. Be exciting in bed. Be exciting in bed. Have an interesting career. Be a go-getter. I like men who are go-getters, who use their testosterone, who are not sitting around as victims or persecutors, hating women, but men who use their energy to build something, an idea, a company, a cause. I love men like that. But unfortunately, men like that are very rare to find anymore. And I think the problem is so many of them have become victims, and they've allowed themselves to be told. I think that men have allowed themselves to be told that these masculine qualities are toxic, and they were told by the teachers. A lot of teachers are going around telling men to stand back so women can come forward. And we have lost the Boy Scouts due to all the sexual abuse. So men, do not let anyone tell you that these qualities of strength, courage, competition are toxic. Go to places where you can build your confidence, your physical confidence by lifting heavy shit, where you can compete and use your courage to compete in like group sports or at work in a healthy way, not to put people down, but use that energy somehow. Challenge yourself. Those are the qualities you need to get a woman. Work on your relationship towards women. Do you see women as enemies? Maybe you're looking to the wrong women. Find women that you actually feel like I could protect her. Look for feminine women like me in your area. Notice how you feel around women, guys. Notice which women seem soft and receptive, where you feel like, I kind of would like to take care of her a little bit. I kind of would like to protect her. Around which women do you feel like, I want to contribute to her? And a woman who appreciates it. Don't go for these wounded women, because that'll just set you back. Start using those muscles, guys. Stay away from the stories of, women are going to get mad if I open the door. If they get mad, she's not the right one. There are just so many negative cultural messages around our aging, around our roles. And they're not helpful when it comes to people wanting to actually feel excited about being with someone. Men need to pursue their careers. They need to spend their time productively so they can feel good about themselves and have something to bring to the table. Financially, mentally, emotionally, sexually, and spiritually. And I find that missing. I don't see that in men. I'm sorry. So what I decided to do with this whole dating thing is I just started realizing where I was feeling sorry for men and emotionally rescuing them by, well, I could ask men out or I could approach men or whatever. But no, I like how it used to be. I'm going to just stay in touch with my receptivity right here. And I'm just going to see if any men pick up on that and are turned on by that, because men are not going after the hoochie coochie mamas with the fake eyelashes. The men who get married, they're looking for a feminine woman. And that's why I've been noticing these married women and newly married women, some of them are like kind of chubby because they're kapha. Kapha women are more easygoing, they're more friendly, not those rigid, angry women. My invitation for ladies is to start noticing how you feel around men and notice where you feel safe and where you feel guarded. Just start noticing. And my invitation for men is to start noticing women and notice whether they're like these angry, hostile women or whether they're soft. And don't worry whether you're attracted to them or not. Just start noticing the different energy of women. And there's a cat on my neighbor's roof. I don't know how she got up there. I've never seen a cat there before. Anyway, that is the end of my video. I'm still kind of working on this stuff because the kind of man I want has got to have some, like an amazing, he's got to be amazing, else I don't want it. And a lot of people are saying that, when I got married, a lot of it was, I was financially broke. A lot of it was, I needed him to provide for me. I'm not saying regrets, but if I would have had my own money, I would not have married that guy. Maybe I would have met somebody else. I don't know. Maybe this was karma or the gods, whatever. But now that women have their own money, they're able to say, why you? How do I feel around you? How do I feel around you? I want to feel safe. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like you care about me and that you have the capacity to care about me. That you've got me, that I can trust you and that I can rely on you. And it's up to you to prove that to me, to show that to me. And a lot of men are going to be pissed off. Why should I? Well, to get a feminine woman, that's the kind of man you have to be. You have to make her feel safe. You have to see if she's interested in you. You have to have courage to ask her out. Courage. I know a lot of people met online dating. That's not for me. The man for me has courage and social skills enough to ask me out in person, to pursue me in person. If you're too afraid to come up to me, you're either not interested enough or you lack courage. And I'm not desperate. I don't mean to put anybody down who met online. I know many people meet online, but there's some people who believe that only desperate women go online because beautiful women are approached by men all the time. Now, I know there are exceptions if you live in a small town or you don't get out much, so I don't mean to make a blanket statement. I'm only here to say that there's nothing wrong with a woman who says, I'm not going to go online. I have higher standards, and I will put myself in situations where men could approach me. And if they don't want to, that's fine, but they must approach. My ex-husband is a masculine man. My son is a masculine man. My son met his wife by approaching her. My ex-husband met his now wife by approaching her in real life. That's the kind of man I want. A man in touch with his masculinity, a man who knows how to start a fire and a campsite, who knows how to change the brakes on a car, who can pursue a woman, and who can take care of a woman. And we've got a lot of little simpy boys, a lot of little victims who want to sit behind a keyboard and watch porn, have women pursue them. And did you know that I heard a statistic that people who meet online are more likely to get divorced within 5 years than people who meet in real life through friends. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, I'm still trying to work out some of the minor kinks in my thinking, but this is kind of my progression towards honoring how I feel and what I really want rather than what society has shifted to. Because society has shifted towards telling women that we are supposed to be aggressive. That's not in my nature. I don't want to be aggressive. And it really got home to me when I went to the pickleball class because I'm like, why do I have to play a game where people are hurling objects at me? I don't want to play volleyball. I don't want to play pickleball. And why do we have to keep score? This is me. And I think I'm either afraid or I'm a feminine woman. Like, why do we have to keep score? Can't we just hit the ball back and forth for fun? And why do you have to hit it at my face? So I have to keep my paddle here all the time in case it comes at my face. A lot of games like that, you have to hustle. You know, my ex-husband, when he played soccer, over 50 soccer league, you know, he was very aggressive. Like, he would jostle the guys out of the way and get the ball, you know, like very physically aggressive. He was never that way at home, but he loved challenging himself like that. I love guys like that, but I don't want to do that. when I play soccer, I'd be like, okay, now it's your turn. Now I'll kick the ball to you. Now I'll kick the ball to you, you know? And I'm more cooperative that way and receptive and submissive. So, but I have a lot of masculine energy, and I'll tell people to fuck off and get lost if they pull shit on me. But I always like to say I would date a man who's more masculine than I am. I want to feel that you're strong. I don't want to rescue you from the scarediness of asking me out. This is not a pity party. Now, with my clients, I do feel receptive with my clients, but it's not receptive in a way that I would date them. That's a completely different pathway. Because my clients are interested in hiring me for a service. They're not interested in me personally. It's not personal. So when it's personal, it's a completely different pathway. Now I want to know that you're safe and that you're interested in me. If I'm working, that's work. Work and personal are completely different for me. I hope you've liked my video, and I would really love to hear from the ladies what you think about being receptive, the messaging that we're supposed to approach men. And I know a lot of men are going to complain about this, but I don't want to hear your complaints, guys. Don't be a victim. There are no victims allowed here. Anybody complaining and whining, I'm just going to tell you that you sound like a little baby victim. So, thank you for watching my video. No victims. I'm tired of men who are victims. That's another thing I'm working on. Like, no victims. If you're a victim, you get the fuck out of here. If you want to persecute me by calling me names, you can also get out of here. Those guys have been blocked for a long time. But don't be a victim. That's all I want to say. Now I have to do some cleaning. Thank you for watching my video.